In 1787, when America was still rising from the flames of revolution, a silver coin was minted that became a symbol of freedom, unity, and power. This is not just money, it is history. The legendary 1787 quarter dollar, today worth millions of dollars. Discover the untold story of America's rarest coin and why collectors would pay a fortune just to hold it. If you love history, rare coins, and hidden treasures, like this video, comment your thoughts and subscribe for more rare stories. In 1787, America was reborn, a nation freed from kings yet uncertain of its future. And in that fragile moment, a single silver coin was struck. Not just money, but the heartbeat of a republic. After the Revolution, the 13 colonies were free. But their economy was chaos. Spanish dollars, British pounds, Dutch guilders, every pocket carried a different currency. America needed one voice, one symbol, one coin. Benjamin Franklin believed coins must teach wisdom. Thomas Jefferson demanded a new system, the decimal, 10, 100, 1,000. Radical ideas for a radical nation. And so, the quarter dollar was born, 1/4 of a dollar, simple and powerful. On the front, Lady Liberty, her shield, defense of the nation, her olive branch, peace. Above her, the word liberty. Below, the date, 1787. On the back, the American bald eagle, wings stretched wide, arrows in one claw, an olive branch in the other. Above its head, 13 stars for 13 colonies. This coin was more than silver. It was defiance. In a world where kings stamped their faces on money, America chose symbols, not kings, liberty instead of monarchy, unity instead of tyranny. Today, the 1787 quarter dollar is one of the rarest coins on Earth. Only a few survive, and in auctions each can sell for more than $10 million. This quarter traveled through hands that built a nation: farmers, soldiers, children, merchants. Each exchange carried the spirit of liberty. It was ordinary in use, but extraordinary in meaning. Over time, the quarter changed its face. Lady Liberty in many forms. Later presidents like George Washington, and symbols of every state. But no matter the design, they all carried the soul of the very first, 1787. Most 1787 quarters vanished, melted, lost, forgotten. But a few survived. Each scar, each faded line, a whisper from the past. For collectors, these are not flaws. They are history itself. In the world of coin collecting, the 1787 quarter is a holy grail. From Europe to Australia, collectors fight for a chance to own it. Some pay over $10 million for a coin smaller than the palm of your hand. Why? Because it is not silver they buy, but the birth of democracy itself. Whether showing presidents, states, or national parks, traces its bloodline to the first of 1787. A reminder that revolutions are not only fought with guns, but with ideas, with symbols, with a simple coin. The 1787 quarter dollar is not just a coin. It is America's first heartbeat, a fragment of freedom, a legend that defied kings and gave birth to a nation. 1787 quarter dollar, worth millions, but priceless in history. In the year 1787, a new nation had just emerged from the flames of revolution, the United States of America. The air was still heavy with the echoes of war drums and the cries of independence. The 13 colonies had broken free from the mighty British Empire. But now they faced a new challenge: building a stable system of governance, trade, and currency. At that time, America had no unified coinage. People used a chaotic mix of Spanish dollars, British pounds, Dutch guilders, and even Native American trade tokens. The young republic needed a coin that could symbolize its independence, its unity, and its strength. That is when the idea of the quarter dollar, 1787, was born. This was not just an ordinary piece of silver. It was meant to be the heartbeat of America's economy. The coin was designed to be 1/4 of a dollar, making it easy for trade and everyday exchange. But more importantly, it was to carry the symbols of freedom that would remind every American that they were no longer subjects of a king, but citizens of a republic. The responsibility of designing the early American coins fell to the Continental Congress and key figures, such as Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson. Franklin, a man of vision, believed that coins should reflect wisdom and morality, while Jefferson insisted that the system of coinage must be decimal-based, a revolutionary idea at the time. Thus, the 1787 quarter dollar was not only America's step into monetary independence, but also into modern economics. The front side of the 1787 quarter dollar carried the figure of Lady Liberty, a woman draped in flowing robes, holding a shield in one hand and an olive branch in the other. The shield symbolized defense of the nation, while the olive branch represented peace. Around her figure were engraved the words "Liberty" and the date 1787. For the newly born America, Lady Liberty was more than just an artistic figure. She was the soul of the Republic. She was a reminder that freedom was fragile and must be protected, yet it must also be guided by peace and wisdom. The reverse side of the coin bore the American bald eagle, wings spread wide, arrows in one claw, and an olive branch in the other. Above its head was a cluster of 13 stars, representing the 13 colonies that had united to form the nation. The eagle was a deliberate choice. It was fierce, noble, and uniquely American. It sent a clear message to the world. This republic is strong, independent, and ready to defend itself. The 1787 quarter dollar was created not just as currency, but as a symbol of nationhood. It was made to unify trade, strengthen trust in the government, and represent the ideals of liberty and independence. In a world where monarchs stamped their faces on coins, America chose symbols, not kings, a radical act of defiance and democracy. Today, the 1787 quarter dollar is one of the rarest coins in the world. Only a handful exist, carefully preserved in museums and private collections. In international auctions, a single 1787 quarter dollar can sell for millions of dollars. Some pieces have even been valued at over 10 million USD, making them treasures not just of America, but of global numismatic history. The story of the 1787 quarter dollar does not end with its minting. In fact, that was only the beginning of a long and dramatic journey. The coin became a silent witness to the birth, struggles, and triumphs of the United States. After 1787, America's financial system slowly stabilized. The Coinage Act of 1792 officially established the U.S. Mint and standardized coin production. But the early experimental coins like the 1787 quarter remained legendary because they represented the first heartbeat of American currency. Every time a quarter dollar passed from one hand to another, it carried a story of a farmer selling his crops, a soldier buying supplies, or a child holding his first piece of silver. The coin was ordinary in use, but extraordinary in meaning. As decades passed, the quarter dollar evolved in design, but its 1787 origin remained sacred. Different versions came, featuring variations of Lady Liberty, later the faces of presidents, and national emblems. Yet collectors and historians always looked back to the very first quarter of 1787 as the root of America's coinage identity. By the 19th century, the coin became more than just money. It became a national icon, a piece of history that represented the spirit of a free republic. Writers and poets often mentioned coins as the metallic voice of liberty. Out of the coins minted in 1787, only a very small number survived. Most were lost, melted down, or worn out through heavy use. Today, only a handful of genuine 1787 quarter dollars are known to exist. Each surviving coin carries scratches, marks, and patina, signs of its incredible journey through centuries. For collectors, these imperfections do not reduce value. Instead, they increase it. Every scratch tells a story. Every faded edge whispers of hands that once held it. Owning such a coin is like owning a piece of living history. In the world of numismatics, coin collecting, the 1787 quarter dollar is a holy grail. International collectors from Europe, Australia, and the Middle East compete in auctions for the chance to own one. Its value is not only financial, but also symbolic. It represents the birth of modern democracy through currency. Some auctions have seen prices soar above 10 million USD. For wealthy collectors, owning this coin is like holding the foundation stone of America itself. For historians, it is a window into the ideals of liberty and unity that shaped the modern world. The legacy of the 1787 quarter dollar lives on. Every modern quarter, whether it shows George Washington, national parks, or state symbols, traces its ancestry back to that very first coin. It remains a symbol of how a small piece of silver can carry the weight of a nation's dreams. For students of history, it is a reminder that revolutions are not only fought with swords and guns, but also with ideas and symbols, like a simple coin. The 1787 quarter dollar is not merely a collector's item. It is the soul of a nation forged in revolution, a testament to freedom, and a piece of art that transcends time. From the dusty marketplaces of colonial America to the glittering halls of modern auctions, its journey is nothing short of legendary. In every glint of its silver, one can see the reflection of 1787, the year when a new republic dared to dream.